Yo, what up? Actor back on him, motherfucker. Man, good to be, good to be here. You know what I'm saying? Give me, give me chill. No, fuck is this? What? Oh, that thumbnail is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That thumbnail is crazy. Alright, to see. Damn, man, crazy. Fuck this nigga talking about.
Thanks Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Dry age beef. I am addicted to it. I've done so many experiments throughout my cooking journey, and every single one of them I've learned something. And 90% are just delicious. You see, whenever you dry age beef, two things happen. Number one, it makes it super tender. And number two, it develops an amazing flavor. But today we're gonna push all limits, as I'll be dry aging a steak for an entire year. And hopefully it's going to be the best.
So my question is, you plan this video out for a whole year, bro?
Steak of my life. And everything starts off with the beef. This one is a 3-bone beautiful standing rib. And as you can see, it's just perfect to dry age steaks. Now here's what I'm going to be doing. Since this is going to be such a long dry aging experiment, I have to have a control. So first, I'm going to be splitting it in half. One of them, I'll be freezing it, and then I'll dry age it for 35 days. But the second one with 2 bones, I'll be dry aging it on my dry ager for a whole year.
Yeah.
After 365 days, this is what it looks like. It's no longer beef. It became a fossil. Even though this looks like it's moisture, it's not. It is 100% bone dry. The smell that comes out of this thing is funky. And as you can see, the dry ager did a wonderful job of preserving.
I don't think you need to eat that, my guy. Oh no, we need to eat this.
That's because there is no mold at all, and most importantly, it gives me confidence to go ahead and open this up. And right as I picked it up, I'll tell you one thing. It is a rock. And the opposite side, come on now. If that does not look like a mummy to you, I don't know what does. But hey, let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. I've done some crazy experiments before, which is very difficult to open it up. As you can see, I'm having a real hard time. Now, right at this point right here, the smell hit me like a truck. This funk is in a whole new level. And as we take a closer look, one of the biggest surprise for me is that it was still red. I thought this thing was going to be completely dry. So I went ahead and continued to open it up. First thing to do is to remove the bones. And as I took it off, take a closer look. Check out the edges. This is not looking very good. But I went ahead and put it on the cutting board and started to remove the opposite side. And again, it is
like I just said,
once I was able to carve it out, now you can really tell that there's a really good amount of redness in there. This is a good thing. But hey, we still gotta remove a lot of these pellicles. So I went ahead and started to go to work. I need to remove as much pellicle as possible. I'm only looking for the good stuff. So removing everything that is unedible is a must. And once I was done, this is what I was left with.
Damn,
first dry age steak experiment. The fact that there's still some pinkness is really surprising to me. But one of the things that you cannot tell is the smell. Oh man, it is not pleasant. However, is this going to be too funky for us? We're about to find out real shortly. Because take a look at our control steak, which this one was dry aged for 35 days. You can see I did have a little bit of loss, but not as much as the other one. Now holding the steaks on my hand is also an experiment on itself.
Spending some
this
money
one
on
does
that
not feel like a steak. It's like Play-Doh. As you can see, as I push the edges, it does not give at all. But hey, I cannot wait to find out how it's gonna taste. And for that, I'm gonna be keeping the seasoning real simple. A good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Hopefully, it's gonna be real good. But just in case it's not, I went ahead and prepared a quick side dish. We're talking about roasted potatoes. To finish them off, I added a good amount of Mexican crema on top, followed by some some ketchup, and a little bit of parsley for presentation. That's it. A nice simple side dish just in case things go
that ain't no just in case, nigga. We eating that. I don't give a fuck how this steak tastes. We eating
now
that.
the only thing left to do is to go ahead and cook these beautiful steaks. First, I'll be putting a sear in both of them. Once that's done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to grill them. So let's do it.
They got a grill gun. What? Yo, shit look fire. Cinematic ass shots. That looks straight out of a commercial. Motherfucker wet, boy. That look, I miss him. I miss him.
Does that look good or what? But before we try it, I want to thank today's sponsor, Manscaped.com.
Manscaped.
Walking here, in addition to Crop Revival, and it's an off-being with promo. Right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steaks, gentlemen, with an incredible side dish today.
Side dish looks good. The steaks, on the other hand.
What do you mean?
Beautiful, and then that one kind of looks like you cook some spam.
That's exactly what it looks like.
You know how McDonald's used to have the super size me?
Eh.
It's like the super undersized me.
That is correct, Leo.
And there's something in the air that gives me an idea of something going on. It's a little bit extra.
Really?
Yeah.
Put a little closer to you.
Oh.
Oh,
say that
dude,
motherfucker
what the heck is that?
Taste.
Jesus. That smells terrible.
What are you talking about? That's the new type of Wagyu that Emilio sent over to me.
Emilio!
So this nigga just be cooking Wagyu like it's nothing, bro? That is wild. Oh, nah, new top Wagyu. Not my, it was a joke. I was gonna say, where do you think just getting the Wagyu like this? That is insane.
Take that back. Stop doing that. What the heck, man? I thought I was gonna be eating good, bro.
It smells like poison. What is this?
It's a new type of Wagyu for real.
How new could that be? Smells old.
It's from the snowy section of Japan. Very interested. I'm curious to find out how good it's gonna be. Enough talking, everybody. Let's give this a go, right? So we got a little experiment going on, as you guys can tell, right? I want to know which steak is better, which one is more delicious.
I have an idea.
You have an idea?
Yeah.
Hey,
I
you
have
don't
an
know,
idea.
bro.
I'm looking at the
Never
steak
know,
and
man.
it looks worse and it smells worse.
I say enough talking. Let's give it a go. All right, we all start here. All right, enough talking. Let's give this a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
That is a good steak right there.
You see, you guys don't trust me.
Trusted this one.
No, you're there.
Oh man, that is delicious. I taste a controlled dry aged steak.
Okay, that's
I think
fine.
even though it's a control, still very juicy, still got the charcoal flavor, and I can't complain.
This is more what I was expecting, nice and beefy, juicy, and you just
When
get
you
a
cut
little
that
bit of that
motherfucker,
funkiness.
damn.
Perfect.
I agree 100%. This is a wonderful steak. I say enough talking because I'm excited for this one here.
Angel,
Yes.
yeah, Angel.
Yeah, thank you.
That's just a potato with some
That was-
crema.
Google, I'm buying time right now.
All right, let's try the side dish.
Come on, bro. I don't like to be that bad.
I am afraid of what I'm smelling.
It almost makes it a little bit difficult to breathe. It's very pungent.
Damn.
This snowy
Really?
new Japanese Wagyu already not off to a great start.
Enough talking. Let's give it a go before these boys figure out what's going on over here. You guys ready? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good.
That's crema.
Okay, so that's
It's not
nice.
super crazy. It's not super fancy. It's simple, but it's effective.
Very good. You guys can enjoy your side dish, no problem. But enough talking. It's time for why we really here. This new
Yeah,
Japanese
man. Let
Wagyu.
me see
This
this,
old
bro.
Japanese, whatever that is.
I'll be completely honest. This is not a new Wagyu, all right? It's something that I did to the steak, and hopefully it's going to turn out good. Enough talking. Let's give it a go. Go for it. Please dig in.
Oh my God, it's like cutting beef jerky.
It is exactly like that. It reminds me of spam. Smell it.
Oh my God, it smells worse than it. That is bad.
It is very, very strong, everybody.
Is this safe to eat?
100%.
I hope so.
I saw that.
I know you guys are super excited, but I say enough talking. Let's give this a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's like a f***ing eraser, bro.
Oh, damn. Ooh. Damn.
You still have it in your mouth? You swallowed it. It's extremely, extremely pungent. Pungent? Pungent? Pungent?
pungent.
Yes, that, exactly.
This side dish is so good.
Oh man, you're the only one that swallow. If you don't survive, we know the reason why, Angel.
We'll keep you guys updated.
I dry aged this steak right here for 35 days, and this one for a year.
A year?
You got issues, bro.
It doesn't smell like a steak. It doesn't feel like a steak.
It doesn't break like a steak.
And most importantly, the smell. As I was slicing it in the studio, you could smell this from all the way up to Japan, everybody. That's how bad it smells. It smells extremely funky.
If you like funk, all right, by all means.
I wouldn't even consider that steak.
It is now.
It's almost like eating a sponge.
I'm worried for my health right now.
No, you're fine. It was always at a controlled environment at the right temperature.
That's crazy. Yeah, nah, that's yeah. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a little something, but I guess not. What is some of his most viewed videos? Oh. Oh yeah, I seen this one. 25, god damn. 25 methods is crazy. Seen this one. I think I seen this one. I think I seen. I gotta know what they got. Oh no, I ain't really seen nothing like that, huh? I don't think. Oh wait. I think this nigga. Was it this nigga or was it to drink some water? I watched. Easy time. Did I watch this one? I don't know if I watched this one. Did I watch the whole thing? I don't think I watched the whole thing.
Increasingly difficult accomplishments, every single one of which to be covered throughout 10 million subscriber milestone. 4 months after breaking these 6 records, Tommy's parents
Stop. What? Come on. Let's see. Ramsey. Yes.
Amy Schumer places first on literally every single list titled Worst or Most Hated Comedians of All Time.
That's tough.
Well, the countless different reasons
why?
for it become most interesting when you realize that toward the beginning of her career, she was actually liked and respected amongst the general population. For example,
she
she
was
was listed
cool.
in Time's Top 100 Most Influential People of 2015, whilst her comedy specials such as this one, this one, and this one received mostly positive reviews.
Oh yeah, Trainwreck was cool. Inside Amy Schumer, I only watched that because I thought she looked alright, and you know what I'm saying. I was horny. I thought she was gonna be doing some crazy shit. Wasn't nothing too crazy. It was this one scene, I forgot it though, but That's one reason I really watched. But Trainwreck was cool. I like Trainwreck.
Views, one of which
Had LeBron in
confidently
that
stating that
motherfucker.
Amy Schumer leaves her audience in stitches. However, while this review was mostly positive, if we go back a couple of sentences, it also points out the first reason as to why Amy Schumer would eventually become so hated. It's easy to label Amy Schumer a one-trick pony. As the title of her special suggests, she talks about sex and she doesn't talk about...
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Cause like when I watch that shit, that's all she like. You know what I'm saying? That's why nigga watched her shit. Cause that's what she used to talk about. Sex, horny. Yeah, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be watching this shit. That's what it was. I was like, God, boy, she one horny motherfucker. That's all she be talking about.
Much else. Her idea of comedy is making jokes about how terrible her vagina smells and or how many guys she's blown. That's not comedy. This was a comment on a thread discussing why her style was so controversial, the thread including another supporting comment which stated, you can call her a one-trick pony or two-trick, which are 1, here is my vagina, want a detailed description, you will have it anyway. 2, men are pathetic, and I like to assault / manipulate / emasculate them in every way. With these two comments in mind, it becomes obvious that not only does Amy Schumer have little diversity in terms of what topics she jokes about, but her narrow style of joking about her own female anatomy in an unflattering way, whilst constantly joking about men in a derogatory way, is simply going to make her unappealing to a male audience, as well as specific females such as this one who had commented, you can only have so much self-deprecating humor before people get tired of it. How much do I need to hear about her pussy? Certainly not the entire length of her stand-up show, that's for damn sure. The very nature of this kind of content, such as the discussion of female promiscuity, also leaves Amy Schumer open to political backlash and debate. This is the next thing that began to turn the audience against her back in 2016. Politics. One article written by CBS News stated, around 200 people walked out of her Tampa show when Schumer launched into a withering takedown of Donald Trump. It's somewhat of a surprise that fans were caught off guard, because Schumer isn't known for suppressing her political views. In addition to this, Amy Schumer would announce that she was pregnant by posting a list of the people she had voted for, adding at the bottom, I'm pregnant Amy Schumer, using her pregnancy to drive traffic to the candidates which she considered to be favorable. Whenever Amy spoke politically, she always took a liberal viewpoint and was very anti-Republican, even having interviewed Hillary Clinton, yet her audience would come to discover that back in 2007, Amy Schumer actually got her first big break as a guest on Fox News, which was a pro-Republican news station, angering both sides of the political spectrum. Amy going public with her political opinions meant that she had now alienated another 50% of the already small audience that might still be interested in her style of comedy. Additionally, whenever Amy Schumer was criticized for the comedy itself, she'd use politics as an easy way out by simply blaming the criticism on the alt-right, as highlighted in another comment which stated, worst of all,
hold on. What the
by simply
fuck is
blaming
that?
the criticism on the alt-right, as highlighted
Nah, whoever did this is OD for that. That is
in
wild.
another comment which stated, worst of all, when her audience gives her honest
Nah,
feedback,
that
she
was
whines
crazy.
about how her critics must hate women or how they're all alt-right. Yeah, sure, Amy, the only reason people hate you is that they're all a bunch of Nazi anti-Semitic misogynists. This comment also highlighted the next reason as to why Amy Schumer became so hated, and that's her lack of personal responsibility and victim complex, which is sometimes even mixed with a hint of entitlement and the contrary attitude that she's better than everyone else. For example, in late 2015, an article was published by Page 6 titled, Amy Schumer thinks she's too famous to check in at the gym.
Hold on. Bitch, you was not that famous, alright? Chill.
Amy Schumer was not happy this week when staffers at the Upper West Side Equinox asked her to present her membership card, which is standard practice at the upscale fitness club. She felt entitled to just walk in, a source explained to Page 6. She didn't want to show her key fob and wanted to be able to go in and not be questioned. We're told the annoyed Trainwreck star declared, I'm famous, when employees didn't recognize her and insisted she go through the typical check-in procedure.
I don't care if I'm fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson or fucking, I don't care who I am, bro. Be a normal human, bro. Don't flaunt your shit like come on, bro. Just be normal. Be a normal. Pretend you are not famous. Is it that hard to just, oh, I'm not famous? Just pretend to be what you were before. Is it that hard to go back to your roots? Like just pretend you what you used to be. It's not that hard.
Eventually enjoyed her workout on Monday afternoon. Our source said she was so unhappy she stormed off. A different article sporting similar energy was titled, Amy Schumer can't be bothered to take photos with fans, which stated Amy Schumer wants to make it clear she does not owe you a selfie. The article went on to describe an exchange that Amy Schumer
I get that. That is true. She doesn't owe y'all anything. She ain't got to do shit. That's just out of their kindness of their heart. They don't have to do shit for y'all. But I get that. I get that, but like it is fucked up, bro. Cause like you got fans. know what I'm saying?
Purdy show. This guy in front of his family just ran up next to me and scared the shit out of me. Put a camera in my face. I asked him to stop and he said, no, it's America and we paid for you. This was in front of his daughter.
Yeah,
I was saying stop and no. Great
crazy.
message to your kid. Yes, legally you're allowed to take a picture of me, but I was asking you to stop and say no. I will not take pictures with people anymore, and it's because of this dude in Greenville. Yet after the other person involved was
I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I would say him. I wouldn't take it out on all your fans, but I'll take it out on him. Like, hey, you as a nah. I ain't fucking with you no more. Get the fuck out, blah 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 blah. But you can't do all your fans like that. It's like saying, oh, this comedian hurt my feelings, so I wanna never watch any comedians again, and all of them are piss poor to me. And I hate them. But like, you wouldn't want somebody just off of one person fuck up the whole thing. Like, come on, bro.
By a local news station, a whole different side to the story was revealed.
But he tells us that's not exactly how it went according to him.
I see her face and I'm like, all right, cool. So I hurry up and get on my Instagram and I'm like, here goes Amy. And then she just loses it and she just gets mad. And that is totally false, what she wrote about me.
So if Amy Schumer was too famous to check into her local gym or take photos with fans, she must
and he
have
got a video.
Highly of
and
herself.
he got the video. Ooh.
If that's truly the case, then surely she'd be happy with an $11 million offer from Netflix for one of her comedy specials a year later in 2017, right?
What's 2017?
Well, no, not really. Amy Schumer claimed that the 11 later in 2017, right? Well, no,
11
no,
million?
not really.
God
Amy Schumer.
damn. 11 million for that motherfucker. Hold on.
Comedy specials
11
later
million
in
for that
2017,
motherfucker.
right? Well, no, not.
Nah, 11 mil is crazy. 11 mil, nigga? This nigga's out. That's crazy. 11 mil?
Really. Amy Schumer claimed that the $11 million offer wasn't enough money for 60
You
minutes of comedy.
you not Chappelle. You not Rock. You come on now. Come on now. Ain't nah. You tripping, Amy. You tripping. Yeah, she fucked.
Footage citing it as unfair due to Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle.
You got 11 mil. You got a fourth what Chris Rock got. Chris Rock been in the game probably your whole life. Since you've been born, he been in the game. And he got only 4 times what you got. Come on, man. And he's come on, bro.
$20 million for their specials.
Like,
Now,
what are you talking about? Like,
argument would be perfectly fine assuming all 3 comedy specials were of similar quality, only
bro.
weren't. Amy's comedy special, the one that she was paid $11 million for, was
got
so
11
bad that
mil
IMDb
for that
users gave it a
motherfucker.
rating.
I kind of knew, like even back in the day, I would have known. Not pay her. I ain't paying her 11 mil. I want to pay her 1 mil for a fucking comedy special. You come on, bro. 11 mil is outrageous. That's crazy. You did not. I wouldn't pay you 1 mil for a comedy special if I'm being honest. Even back in the day when she was popular, I'm not paying you more than a mil for a comedy special. I really don't even want to pay you a mil for a comedy special if you're being honest. Like, huh?
Rating of 3.1 out of 10, whilst Netflix had to change their rating system entirely, which hit its 1.35 out of 5-star performance on their platform. The changes to the industry she's made is incredible, like how Netflix had to remove their rating system because her special was so terrible.
The goods and the bads of this comedy special.
Right.
Go ahead and start about what's good with it. That ends that segment. That about covers that.
Dave Chappelle's Netflix special, on the other hand, received a
Hey,
rating
come
of
on,
8.2
man.
out of 10 on IMDb, whilst Chris Rock's received a less impressive but still superior rating of 6.6 out of 10. Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock were ranked as
the
number
Chris Rock one. I looked at it. It was kind of meh. I think I remember that when I watched it. It was like his jokes weren't really landing like that. But like Dave Chappelle was kind of always hit. I ain't gonna lie. Except that last one, but he was like talking crazy about the LGBTQ community. That was a whole fucking sketch. And the whole show was basically him talking about the LGBTQ community. I'm like, bro, like I get you want to make a couple jokes about him, but like it can't be the whole hour and a half long special is just about them, bro. Like, gotta move on.
number 9 and number 5 on Rolling Stone's top.
But number 1. Oh, 50. Best number 1. 50 best. What's it? Best stand-up comics of all time. 50 best Number one. He's interested. Steve. You know I am. I know a little about Rich Pryor. I didn't watch him. I can't really, say too much about it. Don't give a fuck. Can you just show me the ratings, my guy? Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. What's going on, bro? Holy. Can it load any slower? It's a little bit slower for me. It's a little bit slower for me. On the site, she's funny as hell. Oh, to the all the way to here. What is this one? Red Fox. We're halfway there. We halfway there. We looking good now. Nothing's gonna stand in my way. We halfway there. Oh, I could just did this. We got Richard Pryor number one. Yeah, Richard Pryor. I ain't even watch this shit like that, but he funny. He funny. Richard Pryor number one. George Carl. Lenny Booth. Don't know him. Louis C.K. Don't know it. Chris Rock. Joan Rivers. Jerry. Bill. Bill Cosby was a stand-up comedian? Damn, I didn't know that. David Phil. Morris Saul. Never heard of him. Steve Martin. Robin Williams. Where's Kevin? Where's Kevin Hart? Oh my gosh, why don't I want to see Kevin Hart? Oh, I was just playing. I wasn't looking for this nigga. Oh, okay. I didn't expect him to be up here. But hey, that's fine. You're top 50 all-time comedian. That's fire, bro. I did not expect him to be on there for, if I'm being honest. But that's fine. Wait. Hey, what Eddie Murphy? Oh my. Bro, what is my timing? What is my timing? What is my timing? Like, come on, bro. I ain't even try to say. And he just like, come on, man. That's crazy. Eddie Murphy, though? Eddie Murphy 25? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. When I watched Eddie Murphy, he wasn't like a. I don't know. His stand-up comedy, yeah, it wasn't all that for me. I like his acting, though. The other shit. The stand-up comedy, I don't know. I didn't watch it that much, but yeah, he was. Yeah. Who else I'm looking for? Anybody else I know on here? Woody Allen. Oh, Woody Allen did comedy? Okay, I can see that. Trish O'Neal. Don't know them. I think I know what's in bar. Got it. Never mind. Moms, Marva, Gary, don't know. Brandon Mack. Look at my. I don't know. Me personally, Brandon Mack is higher than this. It's not even old because he died. Like even when that nigga came out with that old comedy special, I forgot which one it was. It was an older one. Oh yeah, it was from this, the original Kings of Comedy. That thing was funny. I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I have him higher than this, but I didn't watch all these comedians, so I can't say. You know, I got him higher than. No, I got Kevin Hart. Phyllis Diller, don't know. Amy Schumer is a top 50. Nah, this list is crazy. Hold on. This list is crazy. Reggie Watts. Aziz. You know that motherfucker? I ain't never watched this shit. I don't know. Wanda Sykes, for me, Wanda Sykes gotta be higher than this. I ain't gonna lie to you. Wanda Sykes gotta be higher than this. Amy Schumer to be 47 is crazy. 48, 40, whatever the fuck it was crazy. But they got fucking Bernie Mac. Nah, that's crazy. Bernie Mac should not be anywhere close to Amy Schumer. This is ridiculous. Fuck this list, I ain't gonna lie. Amy Schumer should not be fucking the same tier as Bernie Mac. I ain't gonna lie to you. L list, bro. Garbage ass list. Get out my fucking face.
Top 50 comedians of all time, whilst the only list Amy Schumer seems to top is IMDb's top 10 worst comedians.
Oh, what? She a bad comedian? She fun as fuck though. Whitney Cummings? Boy, but she damn. She suck at her. I ain't know that, but boy.
All time. When Dave Chappelle went on Comedy Central all the way back in 2004, he'd receive a viewership of 3.1 million people. Yet when Amy Schumer went on Comedy Central at the height of her popularity in 2016...
See what the fuck I was saying? She wasn't going crazy like she was popping, but not 11 mil popping. Barely even, probably not even 1 mil popping. She wasn't popping, bro. I knew. Like, I watched it back in the day with her Inside Amy Schumer shit. Okay, this is a little cool little show. It's probably ain't gonna last too long, but it's cool little show. No offense to Amy. I mean, I'm glad she got her success and all, but I'm like, bro, the way this show kind of going, it's like one of them late night shows where you see like 2 episodes and you vaguely remember them, but you never see the show again after like a season or 2. You never know about it again. You just kind of randomly cancel. I thought it was gonna be one of those. Like, it's a cool little show, but you ain't gonna really, you know what I'm saying, ever see it again. Like, she got 5 seasons of it, motherfucker. So I'm like, hey, that's a little, like, 11 mil for a special from, like, come on now, bro. Come on, bro. For 500 viewers? Nah, bro. I don't know, bro.
Her viewership was less than 500,000. I'm truly cackling at the audacity of Amy Schumer thinking she deserved the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah.
Like, girl,
you don't deserve
so
a
Amy
fourth
Schumer
of
wants
it. I ain't
Chris
gonna lie
Rock
to
and
you.
Dave Chappelle money, but haven't put in the years they put in.
That's what I was saying, but like, not like, come on, bro. They been doing this for almost the whole time you've been living, bro.
Talk about privilege and opportunity, shaking my head. Amy Schumer is maybe Josh Gad level. She's not as famous or endearing as Chris Rock. She's not a legend like Dave Chappelle. In case Amy Schumer complaining about being paid $11 million wasn't
That's what I'm
already
saying.
dumb enough,
$11
it
is
became
crazy.
even worse when her audience would discover that some of the jokes within her special might have been stolen from other comedians. Compilations began to pop up on YouTube such as these.
Nah, that nigga John Mulaney, he funny too. I ain't gonna lie. John Mulaney should be ranked higher than Amy Schumer. I ain't gonna lie to you. That nigga funny. His show he got, that nigga funny. He should be ranked higher than her, if I'm being honest. The fuck? Amy Schumer is not, man.
To giving example after example of the ways in which Amy Schumer had stolen jokes from other comedians in the past.
How's this?
Oh, that's perfect.
They can ring you up right over there.
Thanks so much.
Sure. Okay, I
remember this.
If you need any other sizes, you please let me know, all right?
Okay.
There you go.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
All right.
Hey, look who it is. My God, Jordan Peele, 2008. My man was on Mad TV in 2008 doing this thing. Man, that showed you. That's wow, bro. He been doing this probably before 2008, but 2008, 14 years ago, my God. Damn. He doing his thing now. Now he in a whole nother direction.
Yeah, she's right over.
Genius.
Oh, she's not there. Did someone help you today? Yeah,
Who was it? You know, I don't see him.
Oh, that's okay. What did she look like?
she's dark hair. She was wearing a blazer.
Oh, yeah, all the girls are wearing blazers.
Do you know what he looks like? Yeah, he is wearing like a vest, or like a plaid shirt, I feel like. I don't know what everyone who works here wore today.
If she had a favorite president, it would probably be Lincoln.
Are there any other distinguishing features? I would guess he probably voted for Obama. I know I did.
As these compilations began to pick up steam on YouTube, news article after news article was published calling Amy Schumer a joke thief, whilst others within the comedy space would come forward stating that Amy Schumer stealing jokes was discussed regularly behind the scenes. Twitter took the exact same standpoint in posts such as, "Is it just me or is Amy Schumer just not that funny?" Despite the fact that she has a terrible personality and steals half her jokes, prompting Amy to address the criticism in an Instagram post where she'd once again alleviate any personal responsibility by blaming the backlash on Reddit. Dear sweet misunderstood geniuses in the bowels of subreddit chat rooms. I've never stolen a joke in my life, also going on the Jim Norton advice show before stating the following.
And I'm so careful. And none of these things had ever reached me. And I will literally take a polygraph. And I just would never do that. Like, that would be so stupid for me to do that.
Amy Schumer would eventually take a polygraph test for a Vanity Fair video, during which she was asked about stealing jokes.
Coming up with new material is difficult. Have you ever stolen a joke?
No.
Yes, she's telling the truth.
Nah, I don't trust it. You not go out this bitch on your show. You not go out this bitch on your YouTube channel or whatever and have her lie on a polygraph test and have it show up. You not gonna do that. She's not gonna let you air this. This is not getting uploaded to YouTube if she lies on that. Like, come on, bro. Like, she not gonna let this slide. Like, if it were to come up negative of her lie or fucking, that's not getting uploaded. It's not getting uploaded. Somebody may leak it later on about, oh yeah, she lied on this, blah blah blah, we faked it. But they not uploading that, bro. Come on, man.
What about an idea for a sketch?
No.
An idea for a character?
Mm.
Let me rephrase. Have you ever taken inspiration for a joke from somebody else?
No.
Yet the
Come
video
on, nah. Come on. No inspiration, so all 100% off the dome ski? Don't. Everybody takes inspiration from something. No matter who you are, something, you take pieces from anything. It's not just 100% boom off your dome. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Somebody inspired you when you grew up and they helped you to shape ideas for what you want to do with your comedy sketches. Like, come on, bro. What? Like, that one is an easy one. Be like, yes, like, that ain't even like go get you in trouble. That's a yes. Like, come on.
In a bizarre way where she says no before it fails to include whether or not she was telling the truth. The whole dilemma was certainly a point of debate, yet one joke which Amy Schumer definitely hadn't stolen was a joke made in front of Steve-O back in 2014 relating to the death of his friend Ryan Dunn.
And Steve-O is here. Steve-O, great try. Steve-O! But I truly am, no joke, sorry for the loss of your friend Ryan Dunn. I know you must have been thinking it could have been me, and I know we were all thinking, why wasn't it?
That's fucked up. Yeah, he's not amused. Like, so you want me dead, bitch? Like, nah. That wasn't. That joke was garbage. See. Nah. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. That's fucked up. Do I even want to press play after that? Like, I know they installed like the fake laughter so to make it seem like, it was funny. No. He was like, bitch.
Thank you.
Steve-O is always laughing. When he's not, it's for real. Imagine being such a buzzkill that you kill Steve-O's vibe.
Like,
Amy Schumer doesn't understand the concept of dark humor. She's got the dark, now she just needs to find the humor. What made this even worse was that her audience would eventually use this little zinger as an example that Amy Schumer was able to dish out harsh jokes, but was unable to take them herself. What we're referring to is a tweet made in early 2016 by a 17-year-old movie critic who had posted a photo of himself
with a 17-year-old movie critic? Hey,
Schumer, titled with a light-hearted comedic caption reading, "Spent the night with @Amy Schumer." Certainly not the first guy to write that, referring to Amy often talking about the different guys she's been with during her shows.
That's not bad.
So if Amy thought it was appropriate to joke,
I mean, she says that about herself anyway, so it's like, you're not doing nothing no different than what she is.
about Steve-O's recently deceased friend, surely she shouldn't have a problem with someone making a comment about the amount of guys she's been
and she
with,
be making jokes
especially
about herself like
considering it's
that
basically
anyway.
all she talks about within her shows. Well, Amy didn't take it all that lightly, replying to the 17-year-old fan by stating, "I get it, cause I'm a whore. Glad I took a photo with you, hi to your dad." Others on Twitter would respond to what you might call Amy's inconsistent joke morals by stating, "That's the same type of joke Amy Schumer uses to keep her fame. Suddenly that humor is off limits now, huh? LOL." Others would support Amy Schumer in tweets stating, "Thank you at Amy Schumer for holding him accountable and not just blowing it off."
Shut your... Look at him. Wow. My sword.
Yet the discourse and contrast between these two different viewpoints really conclude how Amy Schumer became so hated. She used controversy and difference of opinion to grow her career, whilst angering the entire world in the process.
Yeah, bro, like, what the fuck?
Amy Schumer places...
The fuck you mean? You literally see her make jokes about it all the time, but now when somebody was like, yeah, hold him accountable, Amy. Like, what? Oh man. Piss me off. What else? Music career for... Bro, fucking earphones. Not coming to stay in my ear. It is hard as fucking face. Allen boys ain't do shit with their career, bro. So it was easy for that motherfucker to fail. Guess we can watch the primitive one. Hopefully one day he makes one on me. Not in a bad way though. Hopefully not in a bad way he makes one about me, but you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, make a story of Jataris. Hopefully it's not nothing bad. Pray it's not nothing bad. Or Ugly J. You know, hopefully it's nothing bad, bro.
Underpinned by countless different lies, and we've got tons.
Fuck up with the volume, bro. My volume's on. Earphone, bro.
Of evidence to prove it. All of them. After sifting, we need to put an emphasis.
The fuck the volume so low for? Refresh the page.
Almost every single primitive building channel is underpinned by countless different lies, and we've got tons of evidence to prove it.
Pause the video.
Now we need to put an emphasis on the fact that this is most primitive building.
Lifetime, one sore throat, but she had enough. She took Mucinex Insta-Soothe sore. Almost every single primitive building channel.
Bro, why the video so low? What's up? What's up? Why is it? I just randomly got low.
Amy Schumer places first on literally every single list titled Worst or Most Hated.
What's up, bro? Why is my volume just all of a sudden low? I literally didn't touch anything. But I can't even turn the volume up because it's only on the YouTube shit I can do it, bro. This shit old. God damn. So I gotta have the worst computer ever. That's to.
What's up, my dudes? Welcome back to my channel.
Yo, it's so low, bro. What the fuck? Yo, it's just the earphone is fucking low. Hold on. Yo, the earphone is dead or something. I don't even know. It gotta be dead. It's low as fuck. I don't know, bro. Says the battery's full, so.
Today we are back on UFC 4, and as you can see by the title of this.
Okay. This is fine, bro. So to switch earphones. I don't fucking know. Just stupid.
Almost every single primitive building channel is underpinned by countless different lies, and we've got tons of evidence to prove it. Now we need to put an emphasis on the fact that this is most primitive building channels, and certainly not all of them. After sifting through forum post upon forum post about the ways in which these primitive builders lie in order to generate sometimes up to 500 million views per video, users continue to mention one name over and over, crediting him as legitimate amongst the sea of phonies: Primitive Technology. The 10.4 million subscriber channel, which is run by an Australian named John Plant, basically invented the primitive construction genre, all the way down to the sound design of silence mixed with rainforest noises, with Primitive Technology even stating in a Reddit AMA that originally it was out of laziness in not putting narration in the videos, but then the silent format became popular, so I kept it that way. When going back to the beginning of these silent, relaxing videos, it becomes pretty obvious as to why they're credited as seeming pretty legit in terms of authenticity. Primitive Technology cuts no corners in showing how each stage of the construction is completed legitimately. For example, when examining his very first video, he shows the axe head being sharpened, a log then being cut by the axe, then the logs being crafted together in a way that feels realistic. All of this is accompanied by specific captions explaining what's going on in that very moment, alongside a full description of the build, all the way down to how long the construction process took. His builds never include swimming pools or anything over the top, yet feel impressive as they seem to be on the cutting edge of what is and isn't possible to build by hand. The legitimacy of some of his more impressive builds, such as this brick hut, can be supported by YouTube comments such as this one, which stated, "I actually know John personally. He was a really good friend. We live in the same town, although I haven't seen him since he went viral. I have fond memories of him telling us that he was building huts out bush and had no idea they were so legit, before going on to credit him as a pretty authentic guy from a personal relationship standpoint." All of this is incredibly important to understand, as Primitive Technology's videos set a baseline for what should and shouldn't be achievable in a natural setting. Additionally, Primitive Technology has been kind enough to provide us with a statement, which will be referred to as we look at the channels on the other end of the spectrum, also known as the fakers. The fundamental problem with the genre is that with so much time between camera cuts, there's plenty of time to set things up illegitimately. And with Primitive Technology's very first video receiving over 44,000 Reddit upvotes and 30 million views, it's no surprise that copycats with less integrity began to pop up left, right, and center. On these channels, the buildings were taller, the slides were longer, and the water was suspiciously more blue.
And to be a blue color, why is it so blue?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro. Like when I watch some of this, I'm like, how is the water so fucking blue if it's going through dirt? And that shit never made sense to me. I was like, if the water is going through a fucking dirt pipe, a pipe that's like dirty, they clean it out with their fucking hands that are already dirty. shouldn't it be some fucking dirt in the water? And plus, if it's going on a fucking if it's hitting the fucking bottom floor that was already covered in dirt, shouldn't the water be turning dirty? Like that bit be clean as fuck with dirt and shit around it. Like, huh?
Probably because the probably still dying or something. There's no
Yeah.
reason to look so blue like
That's
that.
what I'm
Even more
saying.
interestingly, almost all of these channels range from the exact same area, being Cambodia, Thailand, or Vietnam, yet often geotag the United States, claim to be living in the United States, and have their social blade country set to the United States. The overall production and build quality on these channels is arguably far more impressive than the OG primitive technology, to the point where you have to ask yourself, are they really creating these structures out of mud and sticks? Well, when you do a little bit of research, the answer to this question is most certainly no. The best evidence for this is found when looking at a 5 million subscriber channel called Primitive Technology Idea, whose failure to cover up the ways in which they fake their videos make them almost comical to watch. Take for example this episode titled Building Underground Water Maze Crocodile to the Secret Underground House and Swimming Pool, in which the first shot shows 2 men digging on the surface, then in the next frame they're in an 8-foot deep trench. Now, if they're digging this deep with sticks, how are they avoiding large rocks and potential tree roots from, you know, the massive line of trees seen just behind them? Are they being assisted by large machinery? Well, we'll get to that in a little bit, but first let's focus on the idea that it's only 2 people doing these impressively large primitive construction projects. If that's what they were attempting
Hold on. How the fuck you get all them eggs from that one? Like, birds don't produce, I would say, more than like 4 or 5 eggs at a time. How the fuck you get like that's 2?
impressively large
Nigga, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs.
construction
7
projects. If that's what they were attempting to portray, it probably would have been best not to include
Maybe
a clip where a
4.
guy in a white t-shirt can be seen working on the project in the background. Yet if it were just these 3 guys, that still wouldn't
Oh
be
yeah, that video with the fucking this
Can be
shit
seen
with the
working on the
alligators went
project in the
crazy. 'Cause
background. Yet if
I
it
see this thumbnail. I seen this thumbnail somewhere. I ain't watched the video, but I seen this thumbnail somewhere crazy. I was like,
were
damn.
just these 3 guys, that still wouldn't be that bad. However, further evidence suggests that they are far more help than this. At the start of the week, a community post was made on this channel in the hope that someone who had worked with one of these primitive builders would be willing to share their experience in doing so. We received countless emails which were all super helpful, yet one email stood out as being incredibly unique. That email was incredibly from one of the cameramen who works for one of these larger Southeast Asian primitive building channels. His name and the channel he works for have both been blurred out, as it'd be a little unfair for him to get in trouble for simply trying to help out, but the email began by stating, as you may have suspected, it's not as streamlined as the video would suggest. It is a large operation, as you may suspect, with a large team of us behind it. After he then offered to answer any questions we had about their channel, we attempted to figure out how many different people will work on the actual construction part of the project from start to finish, to which he would respond, it is depending on the scale of the project, but no less than 1 dozen or more, before going on to explain that within his team, there is a director for the acting done. There is also a hired architect to obviously make sure the structure will not collapse and will last long enough to film in, and obviously afterwards many editors are involved. In case an email from someone who works from one of these primitive builders isn't enough evidence, it's time to introduce a different channel called Photo Expression, who incredibly stumbled upon one of these primitive construction sites before capturing over 8 minutes of footage with a drone. We'll refer to different parts of this footage throughout our video, but for now it can answer the question of how many people are really working on these sites. There's initially a clip where 8 different workers can be seen
What? Nah, they expose them crazy.
around a
Nah.
rectangular hole in the jungle, followed by another grainier clip from a far distance where somewhere between 7 and 10 people can be seen building a swimming pool. If they were honest about how many people were working on each project, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it should be noted that some of these videos specifically state in the description that I've been working hard with my 2 friends about 100 days to completely build, when in reality it's a whole team working for only 3 to 10 days depending on the project, as mentioned in the email response from the cameraman. So if they're being untruthful about the time period as well as how many people are working on each project, what else are they lying about? Well, how about the incredible fire pits that they seem to create effortlessly? Going back to the statement made to us by Primitive Technology, he seemed to imply that maybe the fire making in their videos was fake. It's hardly surprising that he brought this up, as when you compare his meticulous method of creating fire in the wild to the fire making of these Southeast Asian primitive channels, as mentioned previously, it becomes comical.
Nigga, huh? Oh, nah, that gotta be some gasoline in that motherfucker. There ain't no way that shit lit fast as fuck like
They
that.
slap a couple of rocks together before beginning an explosive fire on large logs with no kindling whatsoever. John went on to state that if they've faked simpler things, then they're most certainly faking more complicated ones, which turns out to be true, as when looking at another video by Primitive Technology Idea, it becomes obvious that not only are these guys faking simple things such as fire, these guys are also faking the most labor-intensive exercise of all, the digging process itself. This video with over 63 million views begins as most do. A shirtless guy draws a big circle and begins to dig it out. Only in the next frame, suddenly there's spray paint on the ground that they forgot to rub out. Additionally, on the wall of the hole, these long smooth cuts can be seen which are completely incomparable to the cuts being made by the stick. Well, there's a reason for this. Turns out spray paint marks weren't the only thing that they forgot to rub out, as in the minutes that follow, excavator tracks can be seen here, 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 and here. In a different video by the same channel, the same person can be seen working very hard digging out a similar hole, which to their credit contains no excavator tracks around it. One mistake they did make, however, was that they forgot to take the actual excavator out of the top right hand corner. According to the email sent to us by the cameraman on one of these channels, approximately 70% of the digging is completed by machinery, whilst 30% is completed by hand, given how much of the work lies in simply digging. But men still do plenty of digging. As you may guess, in small underground spaces, it is impossible to fit a skid steer loader in the hole. Most of the actual construction is done by a hired team of specialized builders from my understanding, and they work with only intrinsic tools. The dirt is removed by skid steer loaders and offloaded elsewhere, and skid steer loaders are used in the initial boring process, whilst incrementally we film the builders doing superficial works on the hole. The video in which the excavator can be seen in plain sight then goes on to strangely display the collection of concrete from a river, which is the exact same clip reused from the previous video. Now,
Building no waters. Why the fuck is it basically the same video? Building a water slide house around underground swimming pool. Building the most underground water slide house around swimming. It's the same fucking video title. It's basically the same video title, except this one he added the most, and in this one he didn't. That's
why would they reuse the same clip twice in two different videos? Well, it's because collecting concrete from a river is completely and utterly bogus. Concrete doesn't grow in a river, according to a civil engineer who had commented on one of these videos. Earth cement. This is incredibly fake. Cement requires a precise combination of different raw materials and then receives considerable heat treatment in order to make the powder we all know and love / hate. What's even funnier is that every single one of these channels has their own unique method for creating natural concrete. This channel's concrete is simply a mix of dirt and water, which, if you think about it for 2 seconds, doesn't create concrete and rather creates muddy water or mud, which is just dirt after the water dries. This other channel gets a little bit more creative with it by taking a chunk out of a termite nest, grinding it down into powder, mixing it with water, then concreting an entire pool with this small chunk of termite nest. Yet neither of these compare to the fakest channel of them all, Primitive Technology Life, which decides to just skip the concrete altogether and go with good old rocks and dirt. However, that's not the only suspicious thing about this shot. You'll notice when looking at the bamboo that each branch has a suspiciously clean cut on the end. Compare this to Primitive Technology, the legitimate channel from Australia, who in one video displays what the end of a log should actually look like, and you'll notice pretty quickly that these pieces of bamboo weren't naturally cut on site. Right. These pieces of bamboo weren't either, which, as displayed in the video, were attached together then used to siphon water from a river to the pool. Only there was no river. Photo Expression found the exact site of this pool, then stated in his video that in reality, the closest water source was more than 6 kilometers away. Instead, he found a bunch of blue plastic piping attached to a tap in the ground. Going back to the email from the cameraman, the water for their channel just comes in cubic containers that is transported there. A very funny part is any scene where you see them sourcing water from some magnificent waterfall or lake, they're actually going somewhere perhaps hundreds of kilometers away and pretending to take it back. The video in which Photo Expression had stumbled upon various completed primitive builds also showed that after these channels are finished building, the sites are simply left to rot. This video doesn't speak for every Southeast Asian primitive building channel, but in this particular case, rubbish was left everywhere, including, as you might guess, cement bags. The fact that the videos are fake isn't the most concerning, it's the destruction of the land that's concerning. Now, if this was public rainforest, you could probably consider this a pretty big deal, but according to the cameraman's email, at least on their channel, every build is done on privately owned land, which is leased for the purposes of the video. If this is the case, maybe Photo Expression is in the wrong for snooping around and filming on someone else's property. We're kidding, of course, but if the builds are being completed on privately owned land, it's a little narcissistic to comment on what they should and shouldn't do with it. it. Primitive Technology, the original legitimate Australian channel, put it best in his email to us when he said, "My advice to people who really want to know if the techniques on display are legitimate is to put them into practice and see. If you can follow the steps and get a similar result, then it's probably legit." He added that these corner-cutting channels are motivated by money and status alone, rather than a true interest in primitive technology. But wanting to stay out of internet drama will leave it up to the discerning viewer to decide what's real and what's not.
Fucking fakers. Crazy. Let's see. What's the other one? What's this nigga's name? Hold on. He should drink some water. I'm gonna watch this long ass fucking 3-minute video. Damn, it's 47 minutes. Fuck it. Oh, it is 11. Hold on, bro. How long have I been live? I've been an hour? Oh. I can't watch that one, bro. What happened to that nigga? Yeah, let's see this one. I can't watch that fucking 45-minute video. I got shit to do. What happened to this nigga, man?
Purdy was a pink and green internet icon, dancing, smiling, and skating his way throughout the internet, making the whole world happy. It's pretty rare that we get to see someone so positive and bright actually become something of a mainstream success, especially that fast. Most people go viral for doing something reckless, twisted, dangerous, or downright stupid. But Roy was a breath of fresh air. His silliness and free-spirited energy helped millions of people keep a positive mindset. But that pressure is heavy. When you're the one who's required to dance and smile to make people happy, you start to become more of a service. You're a means to someone else's end. With an extremely quick rise to superstardom, Roy very quickly realized he didn't want to just be the green and pink glasses guy. And although he had a long list of goals he wanted to accomplish while relevant on social media, he decided to instead just disappear. What happened to Roy Purdy? This video is probably the first time you heard of Roy Purdy. 11 million views on Vine and 2.7 million on his personal Facebook page. And if it wasn't that, it was surely the one of him doing the Running Man challenge. 30 million views on Facebook. But Roy didn't make these videos on a whim. He has been an aspiring creative since he was just a boy. When he was in middle school, he and a few of his friends were in an 80s rock cover band, where he learned to play the piano and sing. During this time, he was also writing rap songs, but still spending most of his time skateboarding. Basically, his whole high school life was dedicated to trying to become a pro skateboarder. Music was just as important, though. He uploaded tons of skate montage videos, sponsor tapes, and his first music videos. He wanted to make his skate videos different, but he didn't want to bother people, get kicked out of places, or start fights like you see in other skate edits. So he decided to dance in them. Dancing was harmless. It kept up the energy, and it was still entertaining. Unfortunately, his videos didn't get much traction initially. And in 2015, Roy realized that Vine and social media were making people go viral left and right. That's when he put his creative brain to work. He made a Facebook page, and on Halloween, he posted this video, which would get him a few million views. And just like that, he already had a few hundred followers and a new audience to entertain. Roy was dedicated. He stayed consistently uploading skits, dance videos, skate videos, and his own music to his Facebook and YouTube. The garbage can video blew up on Vine and Facebook, which put him on the map even more. Facebook is where he was having the most success building a following. His dance videos were unsurprisingly the ones that got the best views, but his songs were actually performing pretty well too. He was definitely becoming the most popular kid in school because in May of 2016, he had another huge viral moment with the Running Man Challenge. 10 million views in a week. His Instagram jumped up to 25,000 followers from one video, and his Facebook page now had 100,000 likes. People loved his energy. He was just happy and dancing throughout the days, making life not seem so mundane. Good music and positive energy. He didn't start the dance trend thing, by the way, of course, but he was getting to be the biggest, and he was arguably the most unique. It was almost like he owned this school. He did whatever he wanted and not a teacher anywhere would bother him. It was from here Roy realized that the dance trends were going to be the thing that got him attention, which he will later regret. Double check and make sure you're subscribed. Smack the like button and drink water. His graduation video went viral of him dancing and dabbing his way out of high school. At this point, he was a certified local legend, with a decent social media following as well. And he had some...
What do I do for mine? Fuck. I'm mad now that I think about it. I should have had niggas recording me when I did my shit. So I did a backflip in the pep rally. Shit was ass. And I did some shit during fucking I did something during my graduation fucking ceremony. What was it? I don't even remember. I did some shit.
Iconic glasses to complete his look. Heading off to college in Boulder, Colorado, Roy knew that this was just getting in the way of his creative dreams. It was holding him back. He still figured out a way to make his videos though. The Mannequin Head Dance Challenge. This would absolutely explode, generating him 30 million views on his Facebook.
Nah, that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie. When this shit came out, that shit was funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Again, Juju on the Beat was a huge dance trend, but the Mannequin Head set it off. He did multiple different versions of the Mannequin Head dance throughout 2016 that would bring him a lot of new followers. By the end of 2016, he had 500,000 Facebook followers and was a full-blown influencer now. So college wasn't really making much sense even after just one semester. But he stayed, and 2017 would be the big blow-up year for Roy Purdy. He spent the next semester focused more on his YouTube and Facebook than schoolwork. The Cash Me Outside freestyle. More Mannequin Head challenges. The iconic In New York I Millie Rock montage. His track Pink and Green. Roy was creating internet culture. When doing research, I forgot how big dancing was at this time. We often think of TikTok as being the big boom for dance trends, but honestly, I think dancing and doing these trends was even bigger before TikTok. You had Juju on the Beat, Shoot, Flossin', Hit Them Folk, Millie Rock, The Dab. Roy even created his own signature dance that blew up in 2017 and would be added to Fortnite just 1 year later. By summer 2017, Roy decided college was no longer for him. He would drop out of the University of Colorado Boulder and move back to Wisconsin for a little bit, while he was traveling, visiting LA and New York. At this point, he was selling merch, socks, hats, doing brand deals. He had plenty enough reach to be able to make money on the internet. His potential was through the roof, but even in 2017, becoming a full-time influencer was risky. He literally took a trip to New York to Millie Rock, as well as filmed some content for his YouTube channel, and he even got featured in a David Dobrik vlog dancing in Times Square. Roy had his mind set on LA, the skateboarding capital of the world, the influencer capital of the world. He could elevate his celebrity status and fulfill his true potential by moving out there. And in October of 2017, that's exactly what he did. As soon as he moved out to LA, he secured a brand deal with McDonald's. That likely brought him some big money, as he made a whole song and multiple videos to post on all of his social medias. Getting a deal like that is really rare for social media people, so it shows you how strong Roy's brand was that he was building. After a big year, 2017, Roy now had established himself as a talented songwriter with millions of streams, an iconic dancer, a great skateboarder, a colorful, fun, happy-go-lucky, and positive influence on the youth. He was ready to indulge in the LA lifestyle for 2018. Merch was selling off the shelves. He was hanging out with rappers, the biggest social media celebrities, doing collabs, and just having a blast. He was everywhere. By March of 2018, he hit 1 million YouTube subscribers and had millions of Facebook fans. He continued to innovate and dominate, constantly coming up with new video editing styles, using the hottest meme songs to make dances to, coming up with new stances and photos that are going to add to the silliness of the brand, as well as obviously trying to go viral. His dance got put in Fortnite, he had a Segway sponsorship, Zoomies picked up his Purdy Gang merch line to be featured in their stores. More dance trends were emerging, and he was on the forefront of those. Roy Purdy was absolutely dominating 2018, and his fans were loving it. He was invited to open for Young Gravy on the Gravy Train tour in spring, so he finally got to live the life of a true musical artist. Roy couldn't miss. He was accomplishing everything he set out to do, what seemed to be like almost every day.
I remember this.
But he didn't let any of this get to his head. He was just skating around LA and smiling the whole time. He never seemed stressed or worried about anything. You could hear it in the music, you could see it in his videos. But Roy was slowing down his content after the summer of 2018. He wanted his YouTube channel to be focused on just his own music, and he was starting to neglect his Facebook a little bit, which was the thing that blew him up originally. Roy always wanted to be a rapper. Well, at first he wanted to be a skateboarder. He never wanted to be a dancer though. But everyone wanted Roy Purdy to be a dancer. He didn't really let it slow him down though. He just kept the content flowing. 2018 was over and Roy had been grinding for 3 years straight. He had millions of followers, tons of money, a successful brand, and he had done almost everything he put his mind to. 2019 was the beginning of the slowdown. There didn't seem to be too much innovation. He basically abandoned his Facebook page. He posted 2 skate videos on his YouTube and just 1 song in a whole year. This tweet represents how he was feeling about dance videos. He wasn't really appreciating the demand for the dance content despite those being his most popular videos. I think he wanted to be known as an artist and as a skater, but what he was really known as was funny dancer, smiley kid guy, and maybe it was starting to bother him. Right around now, TikTok was booming and he did not adopt this wave even though he probably would have had millions of followers.
He would have went crazy. I ain't gonna lie, dude would have had about 20 mil long now. I ain't gonna lie, he would have had about 20 mil. No, about 10 mil. 10, 20 mil. He would have had that.
Really tried to grow on there. But he kind of just coasted through 2019, doing what he needed to do, putting out merch, making content, but at a slower rate, and kind of just living his life.
10, 20 mil,
One of the most devastating posts was made in the beginning of 2020. Roy posted a video of himself as a Pokemon evolving. He decided he was done with the pink and green colors, done with the silly glasses. All the work he had put into building the brand for the past 4 years was going to get left behind. Roy had been creatively drained. He knew that people wanted a very specific thing from him. He was about to turn 22, and maybe he was just getting a little tired of wearing bright colors all the time. This brand and this vision was something that he created when he was just 17, 18 years old. Maybe he was growing out of it. The dance videos were completely done at this point. For the rest of 2020, he again posted some skate content, now wearing all black, and he wasn't bringing that fun energy he used to have. He only remained active on his Facebook and Instagram, posting videos of him producing music. Some of the music had the fun energy, but he didn't. He looked and sounded kind of sad. He was awkward in front of the camera, which did not match the personality that everyone associated him with, and the comments were begging for the old Roy. As 2020 went on, the content got more chill. The music went from upbeat and fun to down-tempo, vibey, more jazzy and lo-fi. He got a skater girlfriend, and you can feel him becoming more and more relaxed and less energetic. His only return to YouTube in 2020 was for an ad, which happened to be a skate video, so it worked out. In 2021, it was more of the same. Videos kept getting more and more chill. He was making beats and making videos of himself making music, but not releasing anything or writing any raps. By this point, all hopes of getting back the pink and green dancing sensation were long gone. One of the last pieces of content he posted, you could tell he's very unsure of what he should be putting out.
Thanks for watching. Really gonna try to start creating more and being more vulnerable, putting my face in front of the camera, just being natural, being open with you guys. So yeah, I'm trying my best every day.
The confidence is gone. He just seems to be a typical skater guy living in LA. He made an appearance on the Barracks in mid-2021, which is a huge skateboard factory that he had been skating in for years now. He played a game of skate in an influencer tournament and got absolutely destroyed in the first round. And again, in the video, he didn't have that glow about him anymore and was just dressed in all black. Today, his Instagram is wiped clean aside from a couple of posts. He had a little consistent run on TikTok posting skate clips and even had a nice little message to the fans here in the comments section.
Okay, he did a little bit on that,
like he's projecting something that he's going through. His most recent post on his TikTok shows a shaved head Roy Purdy. Roy's social medias are either wiped clean or just a reminiscence of something that once was, like a graveyard. I know you were all hoping for me to provide a solution or a reason.
How did I just get jump scared by that? This shit.
Like
why did this shit scare me a little bit? Right there. What the fuck? I don't know why that jump scared me.
I know you were all hoping for me to provide a solution or a reason as to why this all happened, but I don't know. Roy had probably one of the most positive and fun brands out there. He was a great influence on the kids and probably was making a ton of money. He was very unique and extremely versatile in the type of content that he would have success with. He was a beast of a creator. Maybe he just grew out of it all. Maybe trying to become a social media star was a dream of his as a kid. And once he achieved it, maybe it wasn't worth all the hype. Maybe he made enough money and saved it in the right places so he can coast for a little while. He's 24 years old now, so it makes sense he doesn't want to be dressed like a piece of candy and dance around in public. And 24 is still really young. You don't need it all figured out. And he still has time to reinvent himself. But man, it really was a huge fall from grace. I hope Roy is okay, and I really hope he decides to bring that positive energy back to social media again. I think the world needs it.
Yeah, I hope he'll be able to
Purdy
find a way to implement his own type of energy he wants to provide, but also, you know, still bring that positivity like he did, you know? I don't know. Put his own little spin on what he used to have. He definitely could do it, though. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to finish it. I ain't gonna lie. Let me watch it, motherfucker.
But I took out one more car for good measure.
Damn.
First minutes here in my NASCAR career, and I take a hard left turn into number 99. Just fuck that guy for no reason.
This nigga. Kadoom. You going crazy?
The flag went out, and I got myself prepared, but I'm back at it again this race. Again, I'm going around the straightaway with 2 engine lights on, going about 100 miles per hour. And at this point, I discovered the GTA physics of this game. And by that, I mean that you can ramp yourself off a car if you hit head on. Second race here, I'm going about 150 miles per hour, heading straight into the pack. Got some laggy airtime. And again, I'm going 150 miles per hour around the corner, hitting the pack head on. And if you send yourself over the wall at half the race stadiums, they just ghost you, which means you're not allowed to collide into any other cars. I restarted the race and hit the exact same corner. Again, I died, but again, I came back, going around the corner once more, really getting good at attempting suicide in NASCAR. Besides the 3 attempted suicides, I'd say Ray Charles is doing pretty good in the league, still racking in around $12,000 just for wrecking into people. And at this point, the
you get $12,000? Oh, that's all right.
What is your deal? The last race was awful. You are a dirty, dirty driver. Hashtag suspend race space driver.
All right.
Just sent him an insult, told him to go fuck himself. Ben Rhodes, I think you should be more careful out there, race driver. You basically wrecked my truck. Gonna provoke him, tell him to eat shit. Another beautiful day for racing, another beautiful day for attempted murder. At this track, however, I discovered the invisible wall that a lot of the tracks have. I still got some pretty good hits in here. On this one, I started to get some distance, landed on the cars below me for bonus points, did a couple cool flips, and I got back out there.
Y'all remember that shit? It was a game of mini clip where you could jump like you'll ride a bike or some shit off a ramp, get as much airtime as you can, and then like just crashing a whole bunch of shit on the ground. It's what this remind me of. I ain't even gonna lie.
Here, riding the invisible wall. Did a couple more flips for good measure. Car was still fine actually. Got myself up to 140 miles per hour. And this crash kind of explains why there's an invisible wall 50 feet up in the air. I definitely would have taken out some of the crowd members there. That would have been Le Mans 2.0. At this point, I recognize that you can actually send the oncoming car off of your hood in this game. Couldn't really see how far he went because I got ramped myself. He's somewhere back there having a bad time. Just catching clean air here.
This
almost
nigga
got taken
is
out by
flying.
the second car. Little night race here, and I think number 13 has had it too good for too long. Sent that guy flying off my body. Took out about the first half of the pack too, and the boys in the back dragged me off the course. Going around this corner about 150 miles per hour, and I get my first side spin flip here.
I almost landed that motherfucker. What's the fastest you can go in this
motherfucker? Hits here. I hit the front of the pack on the right, spin out a bit, get launched by the number 3 car, and do a couple front flips right over the top. I think
he landed that motherfucker. Glad. I wonder how much time. I mean, how fast you can go. Maybe it's with the newer cars or some shit. Maybe it's just these trucks don't go that fast.
Real clean hit here again, going 150. There's an invisible wall at this track too, even though there's no RVs in the back. Landed that flip perfectly. However, you don't ramp off the oncoming cars all the time in this game. Sometimes you just touch tips, which is almost a guarantee you're gonna have to go to the pit. Again, another good payday for Ray Charles, 10 grand for just trying to commit manslaughter. And not to brag or anything, but I'm not actually in last place. I did take out Jesse Little in the very first race, so he doesn't have any points. At this point, I got a mean article written about me saying Ray Charles' aggressive driving style annoys annoys some drivers. I got 3 more people to tell the fuck off. I'm sure Myers-Leonard is probably chirping in at this point.
Yeah,
Another
up outta
beautiful
there
day of
then.
racing and I'm flying.
Whoa.
I got some really nice distance
Oh
on
my
this flip.
gosh.
Couldn't land it, however. And
Yo,
Matt
how
Crafton
fast is that
with
nigga going?
I got some really nice distance
You
on
want
this
me- you
flip.
going
Couldn't
150?
land it, however. And Matt Crafton with the straight-on aggression with me. Better watch your back. I think a couple of drivers really hate you. They are coming for you. Hashtag be afraid, be very afraid. I mean,
What
at
did
this
it
point,
say?
it's just a matter of
Wait,
time.
hold on. You look like Butters from South Park. Facts. Rawr. It means I love you, a dinosaur.
Before I find a rope planted in my garage. This race kind of sucked because I could only go about 80 miles per hour. Still got some decent hits in. Next race, I'm on a better track, going about 130 into this guy on the left. Get hit by a car in the
Ooh.
bottom, and then I just land in the pit. Not my own
Nice.
pit, but somebody's pit. I'm
Somebody's
here now.
pit.
Another smooth hit that would land me in the crowd, but again,
Yeah.
NASCAR won't allow me to have my fun.
fucking
I mean, just
buried,
look
bro.
at where I'm heading. That can't be good. I mean, they've
Right
really
there
got
in the
this
middle.
invisible wall down. I couldn't find a crack anywhere in this game. And trust me, I looked. And just one last hit here. Got a real clean double flip. My
my
car was fine
God.
too. I just kept going.
Nice.
But I wanted to go check on the car that I
Long
flipped over.
shot.
And he wasn't doing too hot. He's just stuck here on the wall. Not going to do anything about it. This is where he lives now. He's accepted it until I pushed him off. Now he's ready to race.
Let's say you gotta help
Again,
that
Matt
nigga.
Crafton with the racist tweet at me. I keep thinking to myself, maybe I should wreck Ray Charles. Yeah, maybe next race.
This nigga's going. Nah, this nigga's going crazy. Yeah, this nigga Matt going crazy. He's literally insane.
Him real quick. And at this point, I actually have 6 rivals. My favorite one being Natalie Decker. I mean, for real, why is this girl?
Okay, she a race car driver? Oh,
I have 6 rivals. My favorite one being.
Natalie Decker. She a race car driver? Oh shit, hold on. What's going on, Natalie Decker? Oh, 25? This is part-time? Oh, okay. Solid. Wait, what? How much she made? Yeah. Oh, shit. A disease? Arthritis. Okay. Bye. Damn, I didn't even know she fucking okay. Look good though. She look good.
Being Natalie Decker. I mean, for real, why is this girl not the face and the bottom of NASCAR?
Facts.
But 6 rivals total, 1 angry Smith, 1 mad Gilliand, couple upset boys, annoyed a few, and everybody else is pretty chill with me. They don't really seem to mind my blind driving in NASCAR. I mean, Hill's happy for me. He accepts me. What a good guy. The hack leader had too much of a head start. Thought I'd take him out. Thought I'd fuck up a few more other racers in the meantime. Just caused a complete pile up at this end. There we go again, another good 10 grand. And this crash in particular led to an angry tweet from Clay Greenfield. He ended up saying, "You took me out. I am super mad." And honestly, I have no clue what he's talking about. And at this point, I'm kind of giving up on pissing off everybody in the truck series. It seems no matter how much I hit them, they can't get much more angry at me than rival. I'm guessing they probably would be taking me out if I were to be going the right direction with them. However, currently they don't really have an option whether they're going to crash into me or not. Everyone's going to catch the smoke. I mean, let's just assume Ray Charles is taking a shot in the dark at this point and whoever he's crashing into. But nonetheless, I pissed off the truck league a little bit more. I made sure to tell everybody on Twitter to piss off if they had anything to say about my driving. Even my race team owner, Mike Harmon, go fuck yourself. He knows it's nothing personal. I can't actually see my phone. But enough of this truck-on-truck crime. It's time to move up to the big leagues, the NASCAR Cup Series, which should allow me to get into head-on collisions going about 190, 200 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting on a nigga go fucking 300 miles an hour on some
The
shit.
69 car, I'm going about 180 miles per hour. I missed the leader of the pack, but I hit the second place driver, and I go flying, getting much further on this crash than I was in the truck. But I also
That
became the
nigga- yeah,
first
that's what I'm
person to
saying.
do a
I'm trying to
burnout
see
on the
niggas
top
go
of my
fast,
car.
like
Another
Sonic.
dangerous straightaway here. Again, I missed the front of the pack. Going for about the second place driver, sent him flying. And
Oh
I just
my
got dead last in
goodness.
the Daytona 500, but I'm still walking around with $250,000
God
after that.
damn.
Again, I broke the point standings because there was 5 racers that did not finish because of me. A muggy day of racing here, but I catch the most airtime I've seen yet. I actually hit the front of the pack, and I'm just up here for a while. They already threw out the yellow flag for me in midair. Still falling,
Damn,
still
that nigga was
rolling.
going
Here we are, got about
crazy.
190 miles per hour.
Hang
Textbook
time.
hit here, sent 2 of the cars flying.
Oh my
that guy's
goodness.
upside down, sliding across the grass. Probably the best height on any crash right here. Took
Oh
out a car in front of me, then got sent
my
flying myself. I
gosh.
think there's about 3 or 4
That nigga
cars
getting
on their
some
backs
hang
over there.
time.
Just another textbook
Look
hit
at
here,
my
taking
hang
out
time.
3 cars at the same time. I gotta say, I'm getting pretty good at this. Another
Yes.
solid hit here, and I'm just stuck on the fence. Guess I'm just gonna hang out here for a while. Gonna think over
Yep,
my
that's your life
actions.
now.
Another clean crash here, which led to 3.5 side flips. Again, landing on the invisible
Damn.
wall. The AI takes over after the crash and sends me into another pack of cars, just sending out concussions left and right. But it seems you can't really murder anybody in this game, which is understandable. Cars can't really set on fire, not much damage you can do to them, actually. I mean, you can see here at the end, I just railed myself into the wall.
Oh my
Worst
God,
case scenario
niggas
usually
going-
just says race finished. But I think that about sums up this video. To no
Niggas
surprise, Ray
going
Charles
crazy.
accomplished absolutely nothing in NASCAR. Nobody expected him to. Also, with March Madness coming up, I am going to be hosting a public group for you guys to join and enter your brackets into this group. First place will be getting $100 of my own cash, and second place will get $50. The brackets should be coming out the day I post this. But again, thanks for watching.
It's old.
Don't
It's
listen
over
to
though,
Cardi
ain't
B, and I will see you in the next one.
March Madness is not coming out. This is old. Right? Yeah. About a year ago. But anyways, I'm about to go.